Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Zemo, the dad in DPS, and we're back with another episode of Script My Pants, where I spend script at the purveyor, see if we get anything good, and potentially scrap, script, or keep. Either way, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get on with the video. Alrighty, now this is my character who has no needs, no wants for plans whatsoever. So what we are going to do is get a load of legendary weapons, and then transfer them to other characters, because literally he has no needs or wants or anything. When it comes to script, he is pretty much, doesn't care whatsoever. Stalker's black powder with bash damage perception, that is definitely going to get scrapped for that perception on there, but it's not very good, at all. Berserker's alien disintegrator with weapon speed and weight reduction. Now, normally I'd be like, oh, keep this, but that's script. The weapon speed isn't really that important. The bottom effect is garbage and the top effect is garbage. It's not worth replacing 2 stars on a weapon. Like 1 I could maybe justify, but 2, just not worth it, at all. So that is definitely script. Hunter's black powder blunderbuss with critical damage and free endurance. I want the endurance off there for definite on multiple characters, but I do not want to keep that weapon. Exterminator's LMG with last shot and free strength. A bunch of effects that just don't work with this weapon. Like, really. So that's getting scrapped 100%. Single action revolver, weapon speed, free perception. Weapon speed and perception are definitely worth trying to get off there. Suppressors, it's the bad weapon as well, so I'm not even going to entertain using it for anything else. Same thing I said for the last LMG, I say for this one. We're going to scrap that just to try and get the effects off there, because they just don't work. Is this LMG day? What the hell is going on? Now, again, same thing. The endurance I don't want on there. The middle effect is decent, especially with the patch coming, but I just don't want it on there, so that is scrap. We're getting a lot of scrap, not so much scrap. Quad silver action revolver with damage while aiming and action point cost. This is the perfect example of a weapon that I will scrap the living crap out of. Never have a quad single action revolver. Trust me, you don't want to put yourself through the torment of this weapon. It's evil, I hate it, I'm gonna scrap it. It is... It's Satan incarnate in a weapon form. Mutant's short western revolver, limb damage, and free strength. So we'll transfer that to get that strength off there. Strength is a very, very, very good effect. Junkie's short hunting rifle with weapon speed and reload speed. Again, like, I might keep this actually. Do I have a lot of good hunter? I don't think I do. So I might change this and put something like, anti-armor on it. Shout out to, I believe, Prophet, who touts the benefits of the hunting rifle. So we might test that out. It's been a while since I've tested the hunting rifle, now that I think about it. Medic's Enclave plasma pistol, weapon speed, and the invisibility ghost effect. Nope, definitely script. Aristocrats alien disintegrator with last shot and the reload speeding, resistance while reloading. That one's definitely scrap. 2 good effects on there, but I don't want them on the weapon that they are on. Bloodied 10mm, no, that one's script. Limb damage, resistance while reloading. It's just a bad weapon in general, it's... The submachine gun just isn't good, let's be honest. Mutant Slayers with Vats Enhanced and Lightweight. Script rather, not interested in any of those effects, so it goes back into the machine whence it came, and the same can go for this one. Actually, no, agility. We need to scrap it for the agility. We need to get those effects off of gear, so it's scrap. Script. Assassins action point action point replenish and fast movement speed while aiming. None of those are good effects. None of those are effects anybody wants. We are putting that in the bin. Explosive on this harpoon gun, so we'll definitely be scrapping this to try and get explosive off there. Agility is also something I want to get off there. So 2 effects that don't work on the weapon, but will work in my script machine. Medic's Pepper Shaker with action point cost, replenish action points with each kill. Not keen on this one whatsoever. Medics, just everything about it is just very meh. So that one will probably... I don't know. I don't know. Action point cost is one of those ones where I have it on a lot of characters, so I'll come back to that one. 2-shot pepper shaker with bashing damage and resistance while reloading. I always get excited when I see 2-shot, and then it's a pepper shaker with 2-shot. It doesn't help this weapon whatsoever, so yeah, that one is scrip. Scribbity, scrip. Same goes for the trouble. Oh, actually, never mind. Last shot perception, we'll scrap that because we want both those effects. Definitely want both those effects. Action point cost on here's the only good effect. Limb damage, Ghoul Slayer's terrible gun as well, so we're probably going to just chuck that in the action point cost again. I've got a lot of characters, so I might scrap it again. So this one has got explosive and reload speed, so we'll definitely scrap that. I want both those effects off there. Combat rifles I've got loads of, I don't really need more, so it is something that I'm quite happy to try and get that effect off of. And the same can be said for this one. I'm quite happy to try and get the damage liming and the endurance effects off there. I think I might be getting ready for a sneeze, so if you hear me sneeze, you know what happened. So we're going to scrap that. Definitely don't want to keep it. Junkies, pipe pistol, critical damage, action point cost. Might change that first effect. That's actually a decent little weapon. Like, people shit on pipe pistols all the time. Decent weapons are not actually that bad. Good as daily drivers, so we might play around with that. And do something with it. Same can't be said for this weapon. The submachine gun with reload speed, limb damage, and mutant slayer. Might try and scrap for the reload speed, but that's the only good effect on there. Same goes for this one. Agility is the only reason I would do anything with this, so we'll scrap it for that, but outside of that, not interested. So we've got Hunter's Gauss with weapon speed and weight reduction. Weapon speed just doesn't work on the Gauss rifle, so again, maybe scrap this to try and get that off there, but either that or it's scrip. I'm really not 100% sure. Assassin's pump action. No, this one's scrip. Scribbity scrip. With VATS hit chance, the weight reduction. I don't need weight reduction on weapons. I've got like full weapon weight sets on almost all my characters these days, so I just don't need weapon weight reduction. If I want to have weapon weight, I'll just put on the armor and have all of them weigh nothing. Limb damage, weight again. Mutants, just not interesting at all. Ghoul Slayer's Hellstorm with replenish, break slower. We're going to scrap break slower, but I can't transfer that weapon, so I'll have to do it on this guy, and I don't think he actually has that one now that I think about it. Quad Ultra Sight, VATS hit chance for agility. We'll probably transfer that one to get the agility and the quad off there on a character, but I don't know who I will transfer it to. Same goes for this one. Damage liming, action points, we'll scrap that to try and get the effect off of it. Instigating Enclave with damage, and all these effects are stuff I want, so we'll transfer that again to scrap it to try and get an effect. Furious Alien, no, this one's scrip. Furious is not an effect I'm interested in. Bash, resistance will be reloaded. Yeah, everything on there is just scrip again, and the same can be said for this. Not a good effect on there. Suppressors, Gatling laser, that says it all. Depressors is what I call that effect. Junkie's crossbow with endurance and limb damage. Now, endurance I definitely need on more characters, so we will scrap it for that. Damage, nah, scrip. Instigating Gatling gun, VATS hit chance for agility. This one, you know, the effects on there and instigating VATS hit chance might work out to be quite good later on. Not too interested in it though. I want that agility off there. You know, the other two effects would be a bonus, but yeah. Juggernaut's pipe pistol, we're going to scrap this one. Juggernaut's not a great effect. Limb damage, not a great effect. I want durability though. Durability is a good effect. Not even worth it. Vital I've got on, I definitely have on a lot of characters. Not interested in those effects. And it's a ball bag gun, so it can kiss my booty. Then we've got Instigating Gatling Laser with action point cost instigating, and this is just a waste. So this is scrap. We'll maybe get a character that doesn't have the action point cost. I don't know if I've got many of them left. Now this one is a keeper. This one is definitely a keeper. Aristocrat's short double barrel with bullets explode for blah 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 and 90% reduced weight. I like double barreled shotguns, and eventually they might, you know, fix them. So this could be a decent little damaging weapon. We'll definitely keep that. Maybe test it out in the future, see how it stacks up against the cold shoulder. Might be a video. Ghoul Slayer's Western Revolver, bash damage, and blah 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 garbage. Scrip. Not a single effect on there that is even remotely interesting. And the same can be kinda said for this. I'm really not that interested in any of these effects that are on here. Bloody short laser pistol with damage while aiming, and the movement speed while aiming. It does sort of all work together. If somebody's interested in it, maybe I could give it away, but I don't need it. I've got much better versions of that weapon. Same can be said for the bloodied alien disintegrator. We want bloodied off there, and we want the agility off there, but agility being on that bottom thing just makes me not want to use this weapon, because the effort you have to replace that third star is a lot. Well, it's worth more just scrapping it, basically. 2-shot bolt action pistol, bash damage, and movement speed while aiming. Again, 2-shot is an effect I want, but I'm not willing to scrap a 3-star for it. That is scrip. Free strength off here, definitely something that we want to get, but all the other effects, suppressors, pipe pistol with that set chance, nah, that's scrap. This one's decent. It's got 3 good effects. We've got vampires, critical damage, and free strength. However, that last star is just not what I need on there. On top of that, vampires in this type of weapon isn't really that viable, so we will scrap that to try and get a juicy good effect off of there. We've got the Hunter's 50 cal, last shot, free strength. Last shot is just not any good on here. Free strength, you could argue, but I want to get the effects off there so I can put it onto a more viable weapon. Last shot, free endurance. Again, 2 very good effects, but not a very good gun, not a very good thing, so we're definitely going to scrap that. Troubleshooter's pipe pistol, weapon speed, reduced weight. The only good thing off there is weapon speed, but again, I don't really need that one. I've got a lot of them. Vampires, nothing on that. That harpoon gun's any good. That's hit chance, movement speed, while aiming on a harpoon gun just feels kind of pointless. And speaking of pointless, Assassin's Crossbow will limb damage and free agility. The free agility we will try and get off there. If anybody's wondering why I'm focusing on like the special stats and the effects, they're adding more perks that actually utilize the special stats as a more viable way of building builds. And because they're building that, I'm putting a bit more interest in them. So the free start of that one was garbage. We got agility off of it, but that's the only thing. Same goes for this one, only after the strength. Only after the strength. We've got 3 more to go. Let's see if we can get something good. Instigating broadsider with critical damage. Weight? Nah. Nothing on there that I'm interested in. Nothing that most people are interested in. Quad light machine gun with replenished action points and 90% weight reduction. This one is interesting. Quad is very usable on this weapon, despite what some people believe. Quad is definitely very useful on this weapon. Change that middle effect for crit. And maybe you're onto something. We'll put that in a maybe pile of something I'll do with later. The bottom effect isn't that interesting to me, but, you know, we'll see. Mutant's black powder pistol with free endurance on there, and last shot, that's definitely a scrap weapon. So, yeah, not a huge amount of good stuff, but we did get at least 1 or 2 potential keeps. Now, I think the top pick I'm going to use for tonight is the Aristocrat Short Double Barrel with the explosive and weight reduction. Not a god roll, you could swap out that bottom effect, but the 2 top effects are actually pretty decent, so it does sort of justify it in a sense. But even then, as it exists, it's not too bad as is. Shotguns, you know, not the best weapon in the game, not the most loved by Bethesda, but, you know, things can change. Things can change in the future, and this is perfect for my full health shotgunner build. Right, we've swapped that character with just about no weapon plans, so we can pretty much just scrap everything that we've got here and hope for the best, because, again, this character doesn't have anything that I necessarily want out of this. So we'll see if he can unlock something fun. This is the kind of problem and the benefit of having multiple characters, is that you kind of prioritize trying to learn stuff on different things and, you know, mixing up things a little bit. Because I have so much script, because I have so much modules like separated, there's no point in me focusing every resource on the one character. I did that at one point. Like, if you guys, we got a rapid module. If you looked at my video when the new crafting system came out, I scrapped over 1,000 items on one character and learned a lot of plans. That character had no modules left within 2 days after that, because I just crafted like a load of the modules and then, you know, transferred them to where I need them. I said I was going to keep that, so we'll keep that there and there. So it is very much a case of, you know, pull your resources in the one spot. If you only play one character, then, you know, that'll benefit you. But if you play multiple characters, it is a little bit better to spread different effects around in the hopes that you can learn those different effects on different characters. It's not always as simple as do X, get X. Oh, we got VATS enhanced. There we go, and our last item. So we only got one plan out of that. We did get a weapon speed module. That's kind of it. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's not the end of the world. We've got plenty of different things, and to show you, like, I'm not kidding when I say I've got so much scrip. I mean, this is just one of the characters I've got, and we're sitting at 7.4k on this guy. So, you know, I'm not struggling to get stuff. So yeah, that was today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Obviously, I'm slowing down my content a little bit at the moment because I've got things to do in real life. Christmas is coming up, and the game up until December is going to be pretty boring. So yeah, I am trying not to burn myself out in it before the raids come in. And then when the raids come in, I'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff. Either way, guys, we'll catch you next time in the Wasteland.
Down in a vault where the echoes dance, where a murmur takes no chance. With scraps and scrip, she makes her trade, and in this fallout world, fortunes are made. Gems and trinkets, treasures galore, behind her counter wealth to explore. Her ghoulish smile, a cryptic jest, in the wasteland's heart, she is the best. Gems and trinkets, treasures galore, behind her counter, wealth to explore. Her ghoulish smile, a cryptic jest, in the wasteland.